Hey there, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Reid Anderson. I'm a local real estate agent here in Cochrane, Alberta, and I'm diving into this last month's Cochrane, Alberta real estate market to let you know what's going on so that you can make informed decisions for your real estate deals here in the near future. Now, as I'm sure you've seen on the news, both Calgary and Cochrane, the articles have been popping up online. The market is slowing down, and it has been for quite some time, Calgary specifically. Now, how that actually plays out here in Cochrane is always a little bit interesting because Cochrane for the past few months has really defied the odds of a slowing market and has retained price growth year over year when some of the other markets surrounding Calgary have not. And so to find out whether Cochrane did it again, you'll have to wait a little bit longer in the video. Part of the reason the market has shifted here is that obviously interest rates are still up in the just over fours. So they have not come down as far as we were expecting here in 2025. And there has been a real hesitancy by the Bank of Canada to drop that interest rate due to the uncertainty of the tariffs and the climate that surrounds that currently. Now, the next rate announcement is until the end of September, about September 29th. So everything I say here in this video is really going to hold true for the next month because I don't expect much to change in Cochrane, Alberta's market over the next month, especially with families back to school. I think we're going to stay pretty squared away. The market's really not going to change here unless we start seeing some rate drops and some mortgage rates dropping as well. Now, some big keys in the fact that we are in a shifted market now, very balanced, if not slightly maybe leaning buyers market. First up, Cochrane, Alberta's months of supply has hit a level not seen since August 2015, and that is that it's got over 4 months of supply based on the current sales data. Now, as I've mentioned in previous videos, I will continue to say this, with homes being built in Fireside, Heritage Hills, West Hawk, Heartland, and South Bow Landing, a lot of these listings are new construction. So roughly around 50% of all the listings in Cochrane are new construction. So that inventory level is, in my opinion, overestimating the actual supply if you were a buyer that is trying to buy a house and not have to wait 7 to 10 months to move in. Now, with those higher inventory levels, obviously the listings that are on the market are having to compete with more listings. Now, this hasn't happened for a few years, but as of right now, just over the last 7 days, 42 listings in Cochrane, Alberta have decreased their price. On top of that, the days on market, so average time it takes for a home to go on the market to a firm sold, jumped from 31 days in July to 44 days in August. So homes are taking about 2 weeks longer to sell on average. So with all those stats and data there, it's no surprise that Cochrane's benchmark price took a little bit of a hit from July to August. So the benchmark price dropped ever so slightly down to $589,000. But again, that is not the big picture here. The big picture is how your investment does over the long term, because a home is an investment. And Cochrane is one of the only centers surrounding Calgary. And when I talk about centers, I talk about the major ones. So Calgary, Okotoks, Airdrie, and Cochrane. Cochrane is the only one that saw a price growth year over year in its benchmark price in August. It saw about a 2% growth, so very modest, especially comparing it to what we've seen in the past couple of years where we were seeing, upper single digits to low double digits. Now, to give you some comparable numbers, Airdrie's benchmark price was down 4% year over year. Okotoks was down just slightly at 0.2%, and Calgary was also down at 4.1%. So Cochrane is outperforming Airdrie and Calgary by quite a bit in retaining its value over the year, even during a slower market, which as a buyer in this market, I would take some comfort knowing that your investment is going to do more to hold its value long-term, even in slower market conditions. Now, when we talk about detached benchmark price, Cochrane stayed flat from August 2024 to August 2025, no real change. Okotoks followed suit with no real change in the benchmark price for detached homes. Airdrie saw a 3% drop in the detached home price, and then Calgary saw a 1% drop in its detached price. So even then, while Cochrane didn't see a price growth year over year in the detached home market, it didn't lose value year over year like Airdrie did. So again, a safer place to hold value in your investment long term. Now, what does this all mean for you? As a buyer in the market right now, you have more time to view listings, you have more opportunity to get those listings under ask, and you have more options to choose from of what's available. So, as I'm representing buyers right now, I'm telling them not to rush. Find the home that fits for you. There's lots on the market. We can see a bunch of homes and get you into the home that you feel is best. It's not a, oh, well, this is what's available now, so I better act type of environment. In terms of sellers, what you should be planning on if you are listing your home in the next month, and we can jump on a call and talk about this more. Buyers have a lot to choose from on the market, and things that will set your listing apart and get you a quicker sale than the 44 days on market is how well you price your property, how well you stage your property, how good the photos look, and the overall condition of your home. It needs to show really well right now. We're not in a position where we can just list your home and roll like we were in the peak of COVID, where people were basically buying any listing that hit the market. So there are different things that you need to do as a seller right now in order to beat those odds and kind of be a better statistic on the market than 44 plus days on market. If you have questions about what that looks like, either as a buyer or as a seller for your specific situation, I'd love to connect with you, chat with what that looks like, talk about some of the recent homes that I've listed and had sold in 16 days, and go from there and see if we are a good match and a good fit to work together. As always, I hope you found this video useful, and until next time, I will catch you in the next one.